Each of us has a mission when coming to this life. Everyone will have their own special ability outperform the majority. However, that ability is a mystery, and they need time as well as experience to be able to understand who they are, how special they are. We too, younger people, are on the way to discover and define ourselves. Face the challenges is how we choose to explore our limits. We are Starx. Our team is made up of 4 pieces. Pam, the most powerful girl of the group. Pam, a girl with personality and warmth, and especially although not born from the sea, but always interested in the conversation. When the youngest sister of the group, she is also the owner of the most feminine voice. The girl is small but full of enthusiasm in her work. Thời Trang, a friend from the land of Quảng Ngãi, always full of positive energy, always keep in mind that everything is due to fate. Keep burning yourself. Quỳnh Phi, a man of few words but very approachable, independent and stronger, and always cares about people. We come from many different places, all for distinct personalities, but share passion for logistics and supply chain. And a common goal is to want to face challenges, discover your own abilities. BUH Young Logistics Talents 2021, where we choose to be able to accomplish this goal with accumulated knowledge and skills. We believe we are ready to shine at the BUH Young Logistics Talents 2021. Logistics is an industry that has appeared for a long time in the world, but in Vietnam, it's the new and growing industry because of its new formation. Logistics activities as well as enterprises in this industry group face many difficulties and challenges. Coming to this year's BUH Young Logistics Talent Contest, our team brought the topic minimizing of logistic costs for agricultural products export enterprises. This is a problem that most businesses in our country are facing, and currently there is no effective and optimal solution. Vietnam has more than 4,000 logistic companies providing many services from field rate to customs procedures, paying taxes, etc., of which 88% are domestic enterprises, 10% are joint ventures, and 2% are foreign enterprises located mainly in Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City. The competitiveness of domestic transport and logistics enterprises is low compared to FDR enterprises. The number of enterprises is small but accounts for 70 to 80% of the market share of the World Bank WB in 2018. Vietnam is in the 39th position out of 160 of 25 places compared to 2016 with the Logistic Performance Index, ranked 3rd in ASEAN behind in Singapore and Malaysia. Vietnam's economy is developing towards industrialization and modernization, but Vietnam is still a country with an agricultural economy. This is the basis for the development of processing industries, so the development of the agricultural sector always receives a lot of attention from departments, ministries, branches, and businesses. Overcoming difficulties in the period of the economic crisis brought about the COVID-19 epidemic, Vietnam's agriculture still has many parts of the prosperity and development. In 2021, agriculture production has a relatively good growth in May. The export value of main agricultural products is estimated at $1.75 billion United States dollars. Accumulated in the first 5 months of 2021, the export value of main agricultural products is $7.78 billion United States dollars, up 13%.
However, Vietnamese agricultural products are not yet able to compete with other exporting countries because their selling prices abroad are still high. One of the factors causing this circumstance is that the logistics costs for the export of Vietnamese agricultural products are still too high compared to the world. This cost accounts for 30% of the cost, while the world is only 14%. According to a recent World Bank report, the cost of logistics in Vietnam is 6% higher than in Thailand, 12% in Malaysia, and 3 times higher than in Singapore. Mr. Nguyễn Hữu Nam, director of a fruit export business in Ho Chi Minh City, said that of the total cost of the supply chain, transportation costs alone account for 50%, warehousing accounts for 30%. So what is the reason? On the side of exporters, experts also say that many companies plan to balance the quantity of goods and the number of vehicles that are not good, do not optimize the transportation route. So the situation of running empty cars is costly. Currently, there are still many businesses that have not been able to monitor their fleet with technology. For example, the way businesses often apply today is to constantly call to check if the driver team has picked up the goods. According to Mr. Đỗ Xuân Hoan, Vice President of the Vietnam Logistics Association, the mentality of Vietnamese businesses today still wants to do logistics themselves to ensure quality and reduce cost. Outsourcing is high, then the logistics services will develop. So the logistics businesses have to solve many supply problems, including habits, culture, service quality, capacity. Currently, this service has not reached abroad because the capacity of enterprises has not been met. The high cost depends in part on the type of export. Director of the Department of Agriculture, Product Processing and Market Development, Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, Nguyễn Quốc Toàn said, the logistics cost of the seafood industry in our country is currently more than 12%, wood and wood products 23%, vegetables, fruit, and rice industry up to 30%. Regarding agriculture products, the cost of international transportation by air for 1 kilogram of dragon fruit to the US is about 1.5 United States dollars kilogram. Meanwhile, the price of dragon fruit sold to US importers is about 7 United States dollars kilogram. Because of the technology of preserving some fruit products is not high, they have to go by air and export volume is decreasing due to high costs. To bring agricultural products to markets as far away as the US and Australia by sea, businesses can only do this with goods that can be preserved for a long time at sea, such as frozen durian, fresh boiled coconut, preserved up to 30 to 40 days. As for short-term preserved fruits such as mango, watermelon, dragon fruit, lychee, etc., the choice of transportation method is limited, usually only using air freight to transport and export. The cost of transportation is extremely high to be able to ensure the quality of agricultural products when reaching foreign markets. Air freight only accounts for 13% of total product demand, but in terms of value, air freight accounts for 40% of worldwide transport value. Transporting by air saves time compared to road or waterway, first causing high costs or high transportation costs. Ms. Đỗ Linh Nhâm, Deputy General Director of Global Food Import-Export Company, said that 1 kilogram of Vietnamese lychee exported to Australia by air costs 11.5 to 12 USD per kilogram, for which separately the freight is more than 7 USD. In the opposite direction, the cost of vegetables and fruits imported from Australia is only 1.5 to 1.8 USD. The cost of chili to Europe is more than 6 USD per kilogram. Imported goods are only 1 to 1.5 USD kilogram. Exporting to Japan is more than 3 USD a kilogram. Meanwhile, agricultural products from Thailand are exported by air at very low rates. Specifically for the Australian and Europe markets, the freight is only 1/3 of that of Vietnam. Taiwan has a policy of subsidizing prices and free shipping for businesses that bring fruits through organized trade promotion activities and offer the best of the crop. In addition to expensive transportation costs at present, the investment equipment of logistics enterprises is not synchronized, such as irradiators, heat autoclaves, warehouse management software, transportation management software, etc. In addition, businesses also lack warehouses in production areas, lack of cold storage systems to store specialized agricultural products, making agricultural products precarious. The situation of good habits, even doubling agricultural products, continues. Since then, reducing logistic costs for businesses in general, and agricultural export enterprises in particular, has been and is still a problem to be solved by businesses. An agricultural product exporter that can minimize logistic costs will have more competitive advantages when exporting foreign markets. And to minimize these costs, businesses have started to reduce the component costs of logistics costs. Today, our team offers a solution that is to paint the mode of transportation for exported agricultural products. This solution aims to reduce transportation costs, a cost that accounts for a large proportion of logistic costs. To reach the European market, Vietnamese agricultural products have to go through a very long way. Because of this, currently agricultural product exporters choose to transport by air because of the fast transit time, quality assurance, and deliciousness like when they were just harvested. However, the cost of shipping by air is extremely expensive. This advantage causes the problem that the price of the products when consumed in foreign markets is raised relatively high. The ability to compete with similar products from other countries is low, and at the same time, products for export enterprises also decreased. In order to partially reduce this transportation cost, our team proposes to switch from air freight to sea freight. So why do we recommend sea transport? First, the highlight of shipping by sea is still freight rate, much lower than air freight, and currently there is no other form of transportation with more competitive costs. Second, the volume of cargo carried in one shipment of the ship is much larger. Third, the shift to sea transport will help exploit the potential of international seaports in Vietnam, contributing to the development of our country's logistics industry. However, when choosing a form of transportation by sea for the purpose of saving costs and reducing product costs, businesses also face other problems. Shipping time by sea is longer than by air, so the transportation process will have more risks, such as seaways, rainstorms, etc. Agricultural products will also be greatly affected to quality. Therefore, in order to achieve the goal of changing the mode of transportation for the export of agricultural products, exporters need to solve the problem of preserving goods to be able to meet export standards to a difficult market like the EU. Quality assurance must be done from the beginning of production and cultivation. Farmers must strictly comply with EU regulations. Production must meet all standards such as global RAP, environmental certificates, ISO, HACCP, etc. During the harvesting process, it is necessary to avoid mechanical impacts affect the quality of agricultural products. After that, it is necessary to completely remove residues of pesticides, as well as bacteria, microorganisms, mold, yeasts, etc., remaining in agricultural products. Finally, assess the preservation process so that agricultural products can last a long time on the shelf. Businesses can use green mold modified bags to wrap their produce or use ethnic clothing methods to help prolong the freshness of their produce. Ensuring all stages of the preservation process, Vietnamese agricultural products can safely cross the sea to the European market.